Calculated that beyond these, you can use local flexibility because the nature of work in one team might be quite different than the nature in another team. So as a result, the teams and the organizations have some flexibility, but there's an agreement to a common handful of tools and approaches that will be used with that local flexibility. The fourth area is, I mentioned common measures. We have common measures that are deployed twice a year on productivity, so each team answers very specific questions and data about their productivity measures. Related also then, the measures are also morale, as well as whether or not the common approaches are being used. So these common measures are deployed across all organizations, across all teams, and the surveys are deployed twice a year. Lots of learning comes from that. The last point, the fifth one, is it's real important that the team structure mesh right into all the other systems that we use to do our work. So an example is the way that the performance review process happens at Cummins, the way the work plans are put in place. Doing teams doesn't change any of that. It has to mesh with that. When we look at training, we make sure that the training that we offer is consistent with training that's being offered and by the rest of the organization as well. So we can't expect that just because of the team structure, all the related systems and support structures have to be different. We really must keep our team structure so it can mesh with the existing structures. The support structure that we have in place is training of team members, training of coaches, and that coach training takes on a couple different flavors. It's the introduction for new coaches, as well as we like to call it, it's almost a Coach 201, which is kind of second order, being able to have what we call frontline coaching available to help coaches become more and more refined with their skills. So there are trainers who are available and to support those who are professional trainers, if you will. At the same time, we also recruit lay people or people that are directly from the organization themselves, coaches themselves, to train other coaches. And we like to think of it as more of facilitating the learning process. There's also support that's needed on an ongoing basis of facilitation. We'll often get calls from a coach that will say, could you come in and help with the communication in our team? We're having some trouble. And so we'll go in and do team building, facilitation workshops, or help teams identify their measures or put a business plan in place. So there's facilitation support that's needed in addition to the training, more formal training environment as well. In thinking about the bottom line here, what really makes a team environment successful? What does it take? There really are top three things. Number one is leadership, direct involvement, consistency, and doing it themselves. So leaders have to walk the walk, have to say, I'm going to apply these skills. I'm going to consistently ask my organization about their application of the tools. How is their productivity going? What do their measures tell them? So leadership consistency and being very hands-on and being willing to learn themselves is top of the chart, most important. The second thing that we find is very important, coaching, leading a team. No matter what level in the organization team this is, no matter what type of work it is hard work. Often we have promoted coaches because they're real good technically. All of a sudden we find ourselves in an environment where we need to get very good at the people skill and the people side of things. And so being able to support coaches, not only with training, with being able to support in the skills application with workshops and facilitation, but a network of coaches. And then an underpinning to all of this is accountability and the accountability structures. Every team has measures. We have to be really sure that we're very specific about, are those measures improving? Have we set the targets appropriately? Are those targets aligned with our organizational goals? And then are all of our work plans personally aligned with those? So as a result, we can see that the benefit of this human side of working together more effectively gains improved capability, improved people capability to be able to respond to customers and have the business benefits from that.